I'm Jorge Cervantes, and I'm here with the Seedsman crew. And here we are at Spannabis 2019. And there is a line that goes all the way to the street out there. It took me 5 minutes just to walk down here. Okay, and then it goes all the way in, and we're about a third of the way, maybe half of the way in right now. You can see people coming in all the time. And you know, the first guy we see here, who is this? But Sasha. This is Mr. Lowrider, Mr. AutoFlowering himself. He's the guy that started AutoFlower plants, AutoFlower cannabis plants. Sasha, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. So you're just in here from Canada, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it. I've been coming to Spannabis for quite a few years now. It's the best. Eh?
Yeah, man. I know. I see you all the time here, you know, for years and years.
Well, I come to see you, you know? The rest is a bonus.
Well, thanks. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Well, tell me, you know, I mean, you've got a real long history with this. How did you do this? I mean, how did you start? I mean, you've got the Polish ancestry, right? Is that correct? And
yeah,
your grandparents
you're headed in the right
figure
direction. Well, my father grew up in Poland, right?
Okay.
And he, you know, he remembered as a kid growing up with hemp plantations that were, you know, up to like 15 foot tall. It was kind of play hide and seek in there, you know. And there's a lot of folk stories about hemp in Polish culture. So yeah, my father, he arrived in Canada in '68.
Okay.
Summer of love.
Oh,
he discovered marijuana. He discovered, he became something of a hippie, and joined this. There was a Back to the Land movement. When I was a baby, we bought a farm, moved out to the country, started growing dope, raising goats, and that's the kind of milieu I grew up in. So you could say it's a bit of a family tradition.
Right.
My father was one of the first guys in our area to grow sinsemilla.
Really?
Brought in some Colombian. They traveled a lot. Brought in some Colombian genetics, some Afghani genetics, and so I grew up. You know, I did the chores. I was, you know, started pretty young, watering his plants, making sure everything was safe. I grew up sort of with this conspiracy thing where we gotta keep quiet. It was it wasn't out in the open. It was illegal. My father actually paid the price for that. Spent some time in prison.
So many people did pay that price.
They sure did. A lot of people that we knew did, and so I grew up kind of wanting to work with cannabis, passionate about the plant, trying to find a way to stay safe and keep the people around me safe. That's why I dabbled a little bit in hemp, and eventually, you know, found myself a nice little niche in seed production. Autos were really developed for like just anybody, not necessarily the professional grower, right? Autoflowers are kind of it's kind of a democratic, like it's for the people. That's the point, very easy to grow. And
well, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing. And I'm thinking about the first AutoFlower I saw was one that you showed me, and this baby was with the decent bud. That was a little lowrider. It was that tall.
Yeah.
Now these things are over a meter tall. I mean, incredible amount of work you've done on this.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people have contributed. I mean, you know, I provided a bit of the spark to start it off, but so many people joined up. I mean, it's gotten so much bigger than me so quickly. The thing is, at the beginning, we looked at the plant more as kind of a novelty. It's a cute miniature plant. You can grow in your closet, in your garden, and your neighbors won't even see. It was kind of a curiosity. It was kind of a cool thing, but we didn't exactly know how to maximize its output back then.
Right.
So we used small pots, and if you give it a small pot, you get a small plant, right? Realized pretty soon that just giving it more, it'll give you back that as well. The genetics, as you cross it, again, like back cross it with sativas, autos got bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah,
that's wonderful. I know there's a lot of people, like you say, it's really good to see you give credit to other people, because you know, in this breeding world, so many people are egotistic, and it just doesn't work for me. I mean, you know, why do you have to always blow your own horn? If you're good, other people will tell you you're good. You don't have to tell anybody else.